2023 has been a strong year for the gaming community, and it just keeps getting stronger. Last week, fans of the famous Mortal Kombat series had their minds blown by an exciting announcement. After years of waiting, the next installment of Mortal Kombat has finally been announced. Or so they think. Despite the authenticity of this announcement, there's something strange about it. Today, we'll be going through the revealed details of Mortal Kombat 12 and why it seems too good to be true. The announcement of Mortal Kombat 12 was made last week by Warner Brothers. It was revealed that the game would release this year in 2023 alongside many other famous titles. It seems reasonable that this was an official announcement since Warner Brothers acquired the rights to Mortal Kombat. However, this announcement was not originally made on YouTube or Twitter, but during Warner Brothers' quarterly earnings call. The strange part about this announcement is this is the only real proof that the next Mortal Kombat game is coming. There have been no posters or any footage concerning Mortal Kombat 12. So far, we haven't heard anything from the game developer studio NetherRealm or Mortal Kombat co-creator Ed Boon. Previous Mortal Kombat games have not had a reveal like this one. Mortal Kombat has had extensive marketing and very cinematic trailers. Most fans of the series currently agree that this reveal was not intentional and most likely a leak by Warner Brothers. Although this is the only official announcement, there is a lot of evidence that shows a new Mortal Kombat game is in development. Johnny Cage voice actor Andrew Bowen had tweeted a video of him back in April. The video showed him standing in front of Warner Brothers Studios. This video gives really clear evidence that another Mortal Kombat game is coming. It's very likely, since it's been almost 4 years since the last installment of the fighting series. If this video is teasing another Mortal Kombat game, that means post-production has been finished and that the game has been in development for almost a whole year or longer. Ed Boon has given very clear hints as well that there is another Mortal Kombat game in development. Very recently on Twitter, he had replied to a user concerning a John Wick video game. In the reply, he tweeted this message: "We're kind of busy," with an emoji of a dragon. This tweet alone is very obvious that Mortal Kombat 12 is official. If these rumors are true, then Mortal Kombat 12 is almost finished, but it still has a while to go before final release. Previous Mortal Kombat games have had a long gap between the announcement and the release date. Mortal Kombat 12 was revealed at E3 2013 and released a whole 11 months later in April of 2015. If Mortal Kombat 12 were to release in 2023, they would have to stand up against some pretty hefty competition. We know already that 2023 is going to be one of the biggest years for fighting games. This year, fighting fans are having the next installment of Street Fighter and possibly Tekken. There's no doubt that Mortal Kombat 12 would not be a huge success, even with this strong amount of competition. The last installment of Mortal Kombat had sold over 15 million copies and became the 5th best-selling game of 2019. There isn't much known about Mortal Kombat 12 at the moment, but we can definitely tell that it is on the way. Hopefully this installment will break expectations and sales of the previous games and become one of the biggest fighting games of 2023.